Canada is actively redefining its place in the world. Instead of remaining a passive observer, it is now asserting its presence and declaring, "We are here, and we have a part to play." This stance was powerfully articulated in a recent address by Canada's new Prime Minister, Mark Carney, given at a key summit in Malaysia before the ASEAN bloc, the nations of Southeast Asia. Carney is not an ordinary politician. He is an influential figure in global finance, having led both the Bank of Canada and the Bank of England. In his speech, he stressed that the world is entering a volatile period, marked by increasing competition between the US and China for international sway. But middle powers like Canada and ASEAN states refuse to be trapped as mere pawns. They aim to advance based on common values, democratic principles, rule of law, and fair partnership. In essence, rather than accepting a might-makes-right world, these countries are advocating for a more equitable system founded on mutual respect and just trade. This isn't merely talk. Canada has already laid out a specific economic plan to lessen its excessive dependence on the US market. Currently, roughly 75% of Canadian exports go to the United States, a risky level of reliance. If US policy changes abruptly or tariffs are imposed, Canada's economy could face serious disruption. Carney insists this is no longer tenable. Canada intends to double its exports to Asia, diversify its trade relationships, invest in renewable energy, and grow its international economic presence. The broader backdrop is a rapidly changing world. The US-China rivalry extends beyond trade into technology, defense, and diplomatic clout. And the nations squeezed in the middle are feeling the strain most acutely. Carney was unequivocal. This is not just a phase of uncertainty, it is an inflection point. A fresh global economic structure is taking shape. So what distinguishes Canada? It isn't a military giant, nor does it wield the hard power of the US or China. But Canada is recognized for its reliability. When it makes an agreement, it keeps its word. That kind of credibility is scarce and precious in today's geopolitical climate. Small and mid-sized nations are seeking trustworthy allies, and Canada fits that role. It also possesses one of the planet's richest endowments of natural resources: oil, gas, minerals, and iron, along with one of the biggest and cleanest hydroelectric systems worldwide. This establishes Canada as a potential supplier of clean energy to the rapidly expanding ASEAN region, which is urgently seeking new power sources. Additionally, Canada is home to more than 8 million people of Asian heritage, a strong bridge for commerce, cultural exchange, and diplomacy. Carney's message to ASEAN was straightforward. We aren't here to dominate. We are here to cooperate and create shared prosperity. It's a shrewd strategy, particularly since many Asian nations resist being coerced or ordered around. His fundamental point was clear. Canada will no longer just observe from the shadows. It is entering the stage. But to truly understand the implications, we must consider, why is Canada acting at this moment? Is this a calculated long-term vision or a response to short-term pressures? How can a medium-sized power compete in a world of superpowers? What unique expertise does Carney bring to this effort? Is this an authentic transformation in Canada's international role, or merely political theater? If you're new here, we analyze all aspects of the global economy, from financial outlooks to worldwide market shifts. Subscribe and join us as we explore this development.
Canada's government recently announced an ambitious strategy to double its non-US exports within the coming years. In essence, Canada aims to decrease its economic dependence on the American market and establish a stronger presence worldwide. The target is substantial, over $300 billion in new trade. A significant portion is anticipated from alliances with Asian economies, particularly the ASEAN bloc in Southeast Asia. How does Canada plan to achieve this? By leveraging exactly what the global market needs. First, consider energy. Canada is a major force in both traditional and renewable energy. It possesses enormous oil and gas reserves, alongside substantial investments in solar and wind power. Notably, Canada intends to export 50 million tons of natural gas each year within 5 years, and double that volume to 100 million tons within the next decade. Who stands to gain the most? Asian nations, which rely extensively on gas for industry and power generation. Next, clean energy. Canada's electricity grid is one of the cleanest globally, with 85% originating from renewable sources. The objective is to increase that capacity by another 50% within 10 years using small modular nuclear reactors, efficient, affordable units suited for smaller countries or areas with limited demand. Then there are critical minerals. Canada has huge deposits of essential minerals such as lithium, cobalt, and nickel, crucial for batteries, electronics, and electric vehicles. To capitalize on this, Canada established the Critical Minerals Alliance. Its goal: to assist other countries in financing and developing mining projects while maintaining ethical and secure supply chains. Canada isn't merely selling raw resources, it's proposing partnership. Let's cooperate to source and manage these materials responsibly. Now, defense and technology. Canada is preparing to quadruple its defense spending over 5 years. This isn't solely about military hardware. It also encompasses cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and data systems used in contemporary intelligence and combat. This demonstrates Canada's ambition to become a significant contributor to defense technology and to partner with like-minded nations. Following this strategic outline, the government made a significant revelation. Canada has secured its first free trade agreement with an ASEAN nation. This is a major step. For decades, Canada concentrated on trade with the US and Europe. Now it is pivoting toward Asia, one of the world's most rapidly expanding economic regions. They have also encouraged other countries to begin trade negotiations, guaranteeing the same degree of commitment and openness. Mark Carney stated the position plainly. Canada is fully dedicated to clean energy and critical minerals like lithium and cobalt, which are essential for electric vehicles and modern technology. This isn't a passing phase. It's the future, and Canada plans to lead. He emphasized Canada's commitment to collaboration, transparency, and reliability, and confirmed that the ASEAN trade deal will be finalized next year. Carney's distinction is his emphasis on practical results over empty promises, forging adaptable, substantial partnerships in fields such as clean technology, cybersecurity, transparent governance, artificial intelligence, sustainable economic development. These are Canada's core competencies and the areas where it seeks global leadership. Moving forward, Canada must focus on Southeast Asia, where dynamic economies like Vietnam, Malaysia, and Indonesia are expanding and drawing international capital. With Carney leading, the approach has changed. He is practical, values-driven, and knows how to merge ideals with strategic action. So the central question remains: what role will Canada play in the new world order? For years, Canada relied heavily on the US, economically, politically, and culturally. But recent friction, from trade conflicts to unpredictable American policies, has revealed its fragility. Canada now confronts a pivotal test: diversify its economy and partnerships, and forge a unique international identity. This is a decisive juncture. If Canada executes its strategy effectively, it could redefine its global position. And it's evident that its leadership is finally taking action. By building ties with Southeast Asia and positioning itself as a reliable, pragmatic nation, Canada isn't just participating in the global dialogue. It's helping shape a new framework. Carney isn't pursuing short-term gains. He's building lasting stability. If Canada remains on this path, we can expect concrete trade deals, energy partnerships, technology alliances, and a more robust, self-reliant economy. Consider the data. Canada has trillions in mineral resources and is a leading global nickel producer, a key metal for battery production. Furthermore, 83% of its power already comes from renewables, giving it a significant advantage. If Canada can successfully access Asian markets, form strategic partnerships, and continue to innovate, it could emerge as a powerful international player. This is the kind of forward-thinking leadership Carney advocates, the long-term direction Canada has required. So the final question is Canada finally moving in the right direction, or does it still face a difficult journey ahead? If you are new to our channel, we analyze global economics, financial markets, and emerging trends. Subscribe now to stay updated as this story develops.